Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about Evolve, but real quick, the gameplay is just some casual cuts from a game I played, just kind of the highlights per se. And I have a list in front of me here, just my thoughts on the game. In no particular order, I'm just going to talk about them. We'll start off with something good. Now, I found that this game is going to be a game that takes skill. I mean, once you're stage 3 with the monster, not really, because you can just kind of pummel them. But getting up to that point, you know, undamaged is tough, and it's going to take skill. So that's, you know, some people do like, you know, a skilled game. Other people like it casual. And either is fine, but I think this one does take some skill. We'll go to a negative now. In multiplayer, single player is awesome. In a multiplayer, the time between games is quite long. I think the countdown timer is 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and it's not even to find players. Like, the players will stay from the previous game, and it still has a 2-minute 30-second time between. And I think that's just a smidgen too long. You kind of feel like you're sitting around doing nothing, you know. But then again, the games are long, so it kind of makes up for it. I mean, that's just more of a personal preference thing, but to me, it's a little too long. Now, the next thing I want to talk about here on my list is the character selection. So how does it determine who you are in multiplayer? Now, you're not always the monster, you're not always the medic, obviously. Basically, when you load up the game, you're given a choice of preference, and you can change this at any time. You'll have 5 choices, the 4 humans and the monster, and you can move them into any order you wish. And basically, you know, let's say you really love playing the monster, you put that as your number 1 prioritized, but you hate the medic, you put that as the last one. So then in matchmaking, when it's finding you games, it'll pair you with people with similar preferences, or not similar, the opposite preferences, so that you can play the character you want. And even if you do get into a lobby where other people are still wanting to, you know, play as what you play as, it just does sort of a draw thing, and then gives you your second preference. So I mean, it really works well, very well indeed. I really like it. There's lots of options. That's the next thing I want to talk about here. I thought it was going to be sort of a standard, you know, 4 guys versus 1 monster. There wouldn't be a whole lot of diversity. Obviously, there was the 3 monsters, but I didn't actually know that there was a lot of different characters. Like, there's 3 additional characters. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 additional characters for every character you see there. What's his name? Goodness, the Trapper, the Support, the Medic, and the Assault. Yeah, so you can get 2 additional versions of all of those characters, which is amazing. I didn't realize that was like a thing. That's pretty cool. Now, I want to talk a little bit about like the lack of a campaign, because there is like these quick play options that just kind of throws you in a game with an AI, and it sort of has like a story mode behind it, but there is no campaign. Let's face it, it wasn't designed to have a campaign, and that's fine. But people shouldn't go into this game thinking that they're going to get a campaign, because there really isn't. The next thing I want to talk about here on my list is the AI, the bots. Occasionally you can't find players online, which I imagine will become less of a problem the more into the game we get. But even when you do get paired with AI, they're actually really solid. Like, they're not bad. Like, if you're the monster and you're fighting AI humans, they will not attack you one-on-one. Like, they will actually regroup and strategize. It's pretty incredible, actually. I'm sure every once in a while there's going to be a slip-up, like there is in every game, but like, as the kind of standard, the usual thing, I feel the AI bots are actually pretty solid. The next thing I want to talk about is, it's not so much of like my opinion on whether the game is good or bad, it's just a strategy I use, like, and everyone uses it. It's the correct strategy to use if you're a monster. You basically don't want to fight. And I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive to what the game is, but you spawn in, you're stage 1, you're super weak, you have to run around and do your best to get away. Then once you get to stage 2, it becomes even, and you have like equal damage output to the combined hunters. But basically, once you reach stage 3, you become really strong, and you know, you maximize your damage output, and you're stronger than them, and you can take a lot of damage. So basically, you don't want to get hurt or even combat them until you're stage 3. You know, if you can help it, occasionally you get strapped in with them, and then you either try and hide or you fight back. But basically, the strategy is always evasiveness. So that's about it. That's all I really have to talk about for today's video. I want to keep it a little bit short. I'm not really sure what time I got here. Okay, we got a little bit. Basically, overall, I think this game is fantastic. Do I think it's going to be like a permanent contender? No. I think Call of Duty and Battlefield and, you know, Minecraft, those are the big permanent boys. This isn't going to be that. This is going to be similar to Assassin's Creed, where it's going to build a very big fan base. There's going to be a lot of people supporting it year-round, but it's just not going to have that continued play like you get out of other games. You know, I think you know what I mean. But yeah, overall, what I would give this out of 10, 8.5. No, probably 9. And I'm really excited for the 5 new monsters they're announcing. So this game is just awesome. You have to give it a try, guys. It's so different to everything else I've played, which is incredible. And I should stop rambling now because I've gone through everything on my list and I'm out of things to say. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.